Hey guys, and welcome into another Melanie reaction. Today we are going to be listening to the album K through 12. Thank you for correcting me. I was saying K-12 before. It's K through 12. And thank you so much for the love on Crybaby. Like the numbers that video is doing for my channel right now is actually scary. The Melanie fandom comes through. I had fun with Crybaby, but a lot of people that know me and my music taste are like really excited for me to get to K through 12, so I'm even more excited for this album. There are a lot of comments on my Crybaby album reaction asking about deluxe tracks, and there is a separate video that is up as we speak where I went through deluxe tracks and like just random songs from that era. And then also people are letting me know that I really needed to watch the music videos. I did watch the music videos after I listened to the album. I did that on Patreon. I'm going to be doing the same thing here with K through 12. Today I'm just going to be listening to the 13-track original album that is K through 12. I know that it comes with like a deluxe version of the album. Yeah, After School Deluxe Edition. I believe there's like around 7 songs on there that will be in a separate video. And then I know that K through 12 has its own movie. I will be reacting to that over on Patreon. So listening to these songs, the interpretations that I take from them, I will probably naturally be thinking about Crybaby, the character, now that I've seen the music videos for Crybaby, the album. I do want to ask that, like, if I interpret anything differently from the movie, which I absolutely will, because it'd be so weird if I predicted how things are portrayed in the movie, don't spoil me on what happens in the K through 12 movie, because I just want to kind of see that for myself when I get to it. Track list wise, honestly, I think I'm going to claim Strawberry Shortcake purely off of the fact that people who know my music taste said they think I'm really gonna like it, so I'm gonna put my trust in them and I'm gonna claim Strawberry Shortcake and see what happens there. If you would like to see my full reaction to the album, that is available over on Patreon. And like I said, my K through 12 movie reaction will be over there. I do have like a music exclusive tier if you're interested in that. But if you would rather just watch the edited version here on YouTube, then let's get into it with track 1, Wheels on the Bus. Oh. Up her skirt and she's got her hand down his pants. The driver sees it. I know he's peeking. Ew. I'm quietly observing. I'm saying nothing. I'm holding it down up in the front. Ooh. The production and the vocals immediately I love. I like the softer vocals, I guess, and like the more, I don't know, the only word I can think of to describe it, which I think I said on my reaction to Crybaby, is like Crybaby has very sharp production. And I do love a dreamier production and like a softer vocal. I feel like it's just, I enjoy songs that I can sit back and vibe to. I'm also curious about like Crybaby's age, because obviously she's portrayed as like a literal infant in Crybaby, the album, and then here we're like in elementary school. I mean K through 12, that's all the way through high school, right? But then like when I watched the Crybaby music videos, she was sometimes portrayed as like an actual infant, but then also she was going through stuff that was very much like grown-up struggles. So I feel like a lot of that imagery was kind of portraying childhood trauma and how that affects later in life. So I wonder if we're going to kind of be taking that route here, where we're still like exploring childhood trauma, but we're going to be talking about like really serious kind of grown-up things. Ew, not the bus driver watching minors fool around with each other on the bus. That's disgusting. The bus was a horrid experience. Oh. Oh, we are still on the bus, okay. Jason. I love that piano in the back. It's kind of giving like adults failing children. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like she's like a kid. She's on the bus with the rest of her classmates and like crazy stuff is going down and she's ignoring it because she's a child and like she doesn't know what to say or what to do because she's a child. The bus drivers did nothing. People who are supposed to be safe, authoritative figures just always turning a blind eye and doing nothing and just letting things, I don't know, the whole bystander effect in general, but then also when it's like an adult and you're like, you have this responsibility to children and you're just, dreamy. This is what I mean when I say dreamy. We still got like a strong beat carrying us, but I don't know, something about the sound that I love. This one was an interesting start to the album, and it's one where I feel like obviously it's taking us somewhere and I just don't know where we're going yet, and I'm a little scared because it's Melanie, but okay. Oh, and because the next song is called Class Fight. So we saw some disturbing things on the bus on the drive to school, and now we're about to go and see a fight. Oh, are we part of the fight? Okay, track 2, Class Fight. Oh, this feels more crybaby production.
Kelly had a fat ass and trouble was cooking.
Jesus.
I fell in love with him, but he wasn't in my life. I got jelly.
I got jelly. The kiss effect.
To be in her shoes for one day. Waited till recess to make her pay. No, 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 don't you choke. Daddy John didn't go for the throat.
Yeah.
For the throat.
Okay. I just need to make sure. She's been dropping names, and I don't know if I should be paying attention to like the specific names now, because was Kelly on the bus? Hold on. I need to go back. Who was on the bus? Oh, Maya and Dan. Okay. And Jason, right? Yeah, the other boy's name was Jason. Okay, so Kelly's a new character. Also, I'm like very curious about the timeline of events. Like, is Crybaby, this is what's making me curious to watch like the movie for K-12, is because Crybaby felt like a very cohesive, like growing up from like infanthood to adulthood. It felt like that was the story that was being told for me, even though maybe the aesthetic wasn't always matching that. But the topics that we were talking about and the things that were happening to us felt like this span of like an entire lifetime. And now I'm just like also wondering, because we're going to school and we're talking about being in class, and like obviously her parents in this are like, her dad is alive. So I'm like, okay, are we going back in time and like revisiting her childhood and moments that we like didn't talk about in Crybaby? What does it mean she's about to go for the throat? I feel like she's about to tell me what she did to poor Kelly, because Kelly didn't do nothing wrong, and now we're out here calling her a fat ass and hating her for having a boy. Poor Kelly. And then like the repetition, Daddy chimed in, go for the throat. I don't know, I was just like never a fan of like those trappy repetition beats. But I'm curious about where the storyline is going for this one. Oh dear God. Oh, Kelly. Oh.
Her face was fucked up and my hands were bloody.
Girl.
After I broke her.
Oh, the sound in the back. Well, okay. Yeah. Your one true love. It's the way that like she said in the song, it's the way she said, I don't exist in his world, or he doesn't exist in mine or something. Oh yeah, I fell in love with him, but he wasn't in my life. Like they are like not in each other's lives, but she just loves him from afar. And so she attacks his girl. Sounds like she like broke her nose and then gets called a monster for it. And it's like, well, yeah, but also, are we surprised that she's acting out like this? Like, that's the thing, is I can't be like, well, obviously, Crybaby, obviously, that's wrong. But like having the context of how she was raised really adds a lot to situations like this. I mean, the whole chorus is her being like, Daddy said, go for the throat.
Daddy chimed in, go for the throat.
This is gonna carry us out. Like, it's just sad. Oh, that's what is whispering. Oh, I'm not ready. Oh, it was just gonna restart the song. Weird. The whispering was her saying, let's fight. I was like trying to understand that the whole time, and then I just heard it there at the end. Also her, where is the line? Saying, should I give him away or feel this bad? Give him away as if he's like something like a possession of hers. It is like Pacify Her, where she is so hateful toward this girl because she is with the boy she likes. You know, it's like a pattern that we're seeing at this point. And she does view like people as something you can possess and like take ownership of, and it's just another example of what a sad way she grew up, and the fact that she had like zero example of what a non-toxic love looks like. I'm so curious to see if by like the end of Portals, if she is going to become aware of the toxicity in the way that she looks at some things because of the way that she grew up, and if she will change her ways at all. Oh my god. Okay, next is the principal, track 3. All I'm gonna say is I hope that Crybaby does not get assaulted by the principal. Please, please. What if he's just a nice guy? What if he's just somebody that will help us out and be a mentor to us? Ooh. Oh.
Her son was a cruel motherfucker who's being possessed.
Oh god.
I tried to make you listen, but shooting at the angels while claiming you're a good guy. All you want is cash and hype.
So obviously throughout everything up until the chorus, I'm like, fuck, are we talking about the principal? Like we're trying to go to the principal for help, but we can't. Sneaky, greedy, money seeking. On the down low, so you think you always squeaky clean, like didn't leave a trail behind, but she's like, everybody knows what you're up to. Fuck our dreams, and that's not right. And then she says the principal, and I was like, yeah, we are talking about the principal, but then she says, where is the principal? It's either giving like a teacher that's abusing their power, and she's like, where is the principal? Why are they not putting a stop to this? Or it's the principal themselves, and it's like, where's the principal, as in, what are you doing? Like you're not acting like a principal. Where's like the good person that's supposed to care about this school and care about these kids and be a real good principal, like do what you're supposed to do.
Can't you see that we're all hurting? If you're not teaching, we're not learning.
Teaching.
How much are you earning? Online fighters shooting at the angels while claiming
I love that it feels like in the production you can hear like all these little sounds. The telephone ringing is like the most obvious, and it feels like we're like waiting in the lobby area to go into the principal's office, like we're about to report something. But yeah, I think it is a teacher, because she obviously, because of the line, if you're not teaching, we're not learning. Excuse me, how much are you earning?
yeah, your actions hurt, so do your words.
Like marching.
I've tried to make you listen, but you won't. It's your way, right?
I feel like she's about to fuck up this teacher, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you don't want to be on Crybaby's bad side, especially like ending on a lyric like that. I've tried to make you listen, but you won't. It's your way, right? It's like, feels like there's more to come. Like she's like trying to get through to them. They don't want to listen, so now what is she gonna... Next up is show and tell. What is she gonna do? Words clearly haven't made a difference. She has to take action, and is that where show and tell is going to lead us? This is already so fun. Like it's so different. I feel like Crybaby, like yes, it had a cohesive storyline that really came to life in the music videos. I feel like with Crybaby, I could still like take a lot of my own personal interpretation. And then with K-12, just in the first 3 tracks, it already feels like so steeped in a visual cohesive storyline that I haven't even seen yet, because like obviously that's going to come with the movie. When I listened to Crybaby, I feel like I took a lot from it, and I was like, I'll watch the music videos because you guys say I need to watch music videos, but I didn't feel like I needed them. Whereas with this, it's just really making me highly anticipate the story that's going to be told in the movie. Let's see what track 4 Show and Tell has to offer us. Oh my god, no. What is that noise? Oh, I felt so deeply uncomfortable with Sippy Cup. With Sippy Cup, the sound of the pouring, like it made my skin crawl, and whatever that sound is doing the same exact thing to me. It's like twisting a cap on a marker maybe, but it feels so amplified. Oh, ew. This is gonna okay. Oh, this song's gonna overwhelm me. It wants to, it's gonna succeed.
Cause I'm over here working my ass off. Why is it so hard to see? I'm just like you, you're like me. Imperfect and human are
She's dealing with someone with a superiority complex.
I'm on display for all you fuckers to see. Right inside. I'm a product of society. Unless you fucked every authority. You beg and cry for more.
Okay, this is the first one where it feels like it's more than just Crybaby talking to me. It feels like it's Melanie Martinez talking to me about like the music industry and like the dark side of what can come with that. You pull me by my hair so I don't go nowhere. Say the cruelest words break my heart because I'm over here working my ass off. Oh yeah, it just feels like management, like toxic management and labels and people just like taking ownership and acting like they like you, but they don't really care. They just kind of like care about the money that you can give them, which kind of does tie back into the person being talked about in the principal. Like if you want to take the spin of the dark side of the music industry and apply that to the principal, I feel like you definitely could, and it being about just people who care about the money, fuck over all these bright-eyed kids with dreams that come to Hollywood, come to LA, and then are just like taken advantage of. And then the chorus definitely leaning into feeling like you are treated as an object on display. So I'm curious because that's immediately where my mind goes. I'm curious about how that'll fit into Crybaby's story in the movie.
I'm scared that I'll get blown away like a banana peel. Why is it so hard to?
Yeah, because it's like even if you're not being treated right, at least there's that feeling of being wanted. It's like you put up with the toxicity just because you're even more scared of becoming irrelevant and nobody even caring about you, which is really sad.
Why can't you fucking hear me?
Ooh, I like that.
Are you listening yet?
Girl, I'm listening.
Unless you fucked every authority.
I don't know if sarcastic is the word because she means what she's saying, but it feels like all of these like buy and sell, like I'm a product of society. Obviously she doesn't want that and she doesn't feel like that because she's saying like I'm human like you, I bleed like you, but she's being treated that way. And art don't sell unless you fucked every authority. It feels like, I feel like I guess you could take it as an admission of that's what I had to do to get here, but to me, it more feels like that's what people are telling her. Like people are constantly telling her if you want to be successful, you have to do this, this, and this. And that's disgusting. Oh God, track 5 is Nurse's Office. I don't know, I don't know. Guys, I don't know. Bless you.
Just let me go into the nurse's office where I float away and pale as band-aids. Won't heal it 'cause they hate me, so I'm faking. Take me home.
No, because it's so sad for her to want to go home. Like school is, we know what the home life is like. Oh my God, maybe that's it. It could be as simple as that. Obviously, it seems obvious now based on the title because I was like, how is this going to fit into the timeline of Crybaby's story? Crybaby could just be the home life of her growing up and K-12 is the school life of her growing up. What the hell would portals be? Anyways, no, that's so sad that she wants to go home because we know what it's like there.
I was stitching.
Oh, I think like sonically this is my favorite song so far.
Cutting my hair, no one's just sit your ass down at the chalkboard. You say
Ugh.
I'm bleeding. Band-aids won't heal.
Oh my God, them ripping off the band-aid, that sound. Not that. Not the gulping. God, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Ugh, the evil laughter.
Take me home.
That was very uncomfortable.
Stitching.
The sneeze kind of goes hard. Ooh. Give me that sound again. Oh, Were those vocals? Those did not sound like vocals. I love that sound. Yep, let the coughs and sneezes carry us out. But they're not gonna let us go home. No, next up is Drama Club. We gotta get to Drama Club. Okay, here we go.
Everyone's so sensitive. Do I offend you? You're hanging on my sentences. I'ma take a bow so you can kiss my ass.
Oh shit. This kind of feels like Melanie speaking to us again too. Oh wow. I mean, obviously there was a lot of controversy, as I found out when I watched the visuals for Crybaby. Her choice to portray herself as a child for that story. I felt like, you know, she didn't look sexual. There was nothing inherently sexual about it. Honestly, a lot of it just seemed to open up the narrative of childhood trauma, and she chose to like visually represent herself as a child to portray that. And it sucks that we're in a world that like people will see that and see it as sexual. Like that is just sad. But I just know that that stirred up a big controversy, and this honestly feels like a response to that. You can keep your costume and you can keep your mask. I'm gonna take a bow so you can kiss my ass. I mean, yeah, I guess that's like a big thing that happens often. People act high and mighty because they're not being their real selves and saying what they really think and expressing themselves in a genuine way because they're too scared of how it may come off.
They try to feed you lines that you have to memorize. You always hide behind your Wizard of Oz disguise. You're faking all your pain, yeah, you're bleeding on a stage. I never signed up for your drama.
Jesus. That's a crazy thing to say. You're faking all your pain, yet you're bleeding on the stage. Like, you don't actually care, but you are showing how much you hurt and you care for the audience that's watching, but you don't. You feel nothing. I mean, I just feel like this could be applied to so many things about like people just fighting on the internet in general. It's like, what are you doing this for? Are you doing this for an audience? Because that's what it feels like. Do you actually think these things, or are you just being a troll? I don't know. I feel like it could just be applied to so much.
Up for your drama club.
Ooh, I love that production.
I don't wanna be an actress.
Mm-hmm.
Living by a script.
Yeah, this is very much like her being like, I just want to be my genuine self, and I'm sorry that I'm brave enough to be that, and all of you suckers aren't. That is what the song is.
Who cares about practice? I don't give a shit.
She doesn't need to. I feel like a lot of us want to be this way and feel this way and like want to be genuine people, but I've just never heard it put this way, like comparing it to acting, calling out practice as someone like rehearsing because they can't just be genuine in the moment and they need to like know their script for the specific face, the specific mask they want to put on that day.
There's a whole world out there, you're living a play. Fuck your auditorium, I think it's pretty boring.
Ooh.
I never signed up for your drama.
Ooh, I loved how it stripped back right there for a second.
Up for your drama.
Those backing vocals. You know what? Crybaby, the middle of that album was my favorite. Is that going to be the case with this too? Oh, I love the out of tune. I love the out of tune piano because it's just so her. It's like, I don't care about how I come off. I don't care about perfection. I don't care about being what you want me to be and sounding and acting how you want me to, because it's pretty and it's what fits into your narrative. The off-key piano is perfect because it's just real.
I never signed up for your drama club. I never signed up for your drama club.
Oh, I love this choir in the back. Adds so much to this last round. Do you know what I was gonna say? Like, that Melanie, her songs can get really repetitive, and it's probably the one thing where I'm like, oh, give me something new. Because when it comes, sometimes like the whole second half of her song will be just like the same thing we've already heard. I unfortunately have a short attention span, so sometimes that can like make or break a song. But this, like, just that added choir on those last 4 repetitions of Never Signed Up for Your Drama Club, it's exactly what I needed. And I love, you know, that it gives like the presence of being on a stage. I feel like it's the perfect ending to the song. Next up is my claimed track, Strawberry Shortcake. Oh my god, is it lunchtime? It's our little lunchbox.
Feeling unsure of my naked body.
Oh.
They say boys like girls with a tiny waist.
Mm-hmm.
Never really cared about this shit before. Look around the room to whoever wants me. Got sent home to change cause my skirt is too short.
Real.
It's my fault, it's my fault. The boys want a taste of the strawberry shortcake. No one taught them not to grab.
Yeah.
Boys want a taste of the strawberry
Oh,
shortcake.
we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. This became like a big topic of conversation, I want to say a couple of years after I even graduated high school, like 2017 era maybe, where it was like, why are we sending girls home? Like, I get it. I get that there are just some things that as a minor specifically are not appropriate for certain settings, but it got to the point where it was like just a normal pair of shorts, some shoulder showing, that kind of stuff is where it got so extreme, where it was like, why are we sending girls home for that? For being distracting. That's crazy. And I feel like we still are struggling to find a balance with that. Maybe we need to learn how to keep our eyes on the board. I don't know.
Gotta make sure that my legs are shiny. Cause it's how I look and not what I think. So I'm stuffing my bra so that mine look the best.
You know what? That's so, like, it's so sad. There's also this weird moment in time when you're a teenager and you're like figuring out what it is to be a woman, specifically for girls. Like, we try to like turn into a woman so much quicker than honestly a lot of the time our bodies are ready for, and like stuffing a bra, that's what I mean. It's like, okay, you see that the girls in the movies with the nice boobs and the perfect body, they get the attention, and society puts such a pressure on women from such a young age to be what the male gaze wants. But then there's also a balance to that where it's like, okay, well, kids are trying to grow up too fast these days, but then it's also like, well, they got to do it eventually and just let them experiment. But it's more about like the root of why they are doing what they're doing. Like, if you really want to put on that makeup, put on that makeup. But if you're doing it because you see like the older girls who get the attention, that's why you're doing it, then that's what makes it like really sad to see. She's talking about a lot in this song.
It's my fault, cause I put icing on top instead of making me feel bad for the body I got.
Literally, that's the thing too. We didn't, like, a lot of girls just like grow into their natural body and are suddenly sexualized because of that, when it's like, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything. I'm dressing the same way. I'm acting the same way. Do you remember what's up here? Like, oh, it's frustrating.
Just teach him to keep it in his pants and tell him to stop.
Thank you, Melanie. Even just talking about ourselves as, like, even just comparing herself to Strawberry Shortcake is, again, going back to that whole theme of her being seen as something to be consumed by others from Crybaby. And putting icing on top, it's like, I am still who I am. Like the cake without the icing on top, right? I'm still that person. But now that I put icing on top, you can't keep it in your pants. Suddenly all that's underneath it, you completely forgot about. You forgot that that's a person existing there. Well, that song just made me mad. Next up is Lunchbox Friends. That sounds like a wholesome title, and honestly at this point I would love to have just a wholesome moment, but I'm not holding out for that to happen.
He said, hey girl, will you sit with me? Table in the back, cafeteria seat.
Why in the back?
We could be friends if you
Why in the
want.
back?
Talk about ways to get a little more cash. After that, I'll ignore your ass. Then gossip about hoes that they don't know. Oh, they talk shit though. They wear a fat ass in the brand new jeans. Want a baby in the back with the man of their dreams. Wanna be my best friend.
Lunchbox friends is such an interesting way to put it. I put these kind of friends, like I had a lot of classroom friends where we were just friends like in that class, but then we just never talked outside of that class. It's interesting for her to put it this way, lunchbox friends, of like just people who sit together at lunch, but then they don't really care about you outside of that time period where they need you. Like clearly they need somebody to sit with and they don't want to be alone. That's the vibe that this is giving. And she's like, nah, I don't want someone who just wants to be my friend for an hour of 5 days a week. I want a real friend that actually cares about me and will stick around forever. And that is so valid. Honestly, I loved my classroom friends. Oh God, maybe was I a lunchbox friend? Because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people, I really enjoyed their time in the classroom, but like I didn't want to talk to them outside of it. Like I wasn't using them. You get it. I feel like you get the vibe of the song. It's different. People who just kind of like use you, act like they're your friend, but then judge you behind their back. Yeah, it's definitely like another take on fame and feeling used by people because of it. So the thing where like the last minute of the song is like repeating the same thing that we've been given already. That one was okay. That wasn't my favorite. I mean, I feel like Nurse's Office, Drama Club, Strawberry Shortcake were just all such a high for me that this one wasn't my favorite after those. Something about the repetition in this one was like, okay, I get it. Like I get the message that you're getting across. And then I was like ready for it to be over once I got it. So sorry if this is a fan favorite. Track 9, Orange Juice. Not the pouring again. Oh my god, sippy cup war flashbacks.
I'm watching from the bathroom, making sure I don't choke. Now you're sitting in the cafeteria, shutting clementines and orange bacteria. You turn oranges to orange juice, into there and spit it out of you. Everyone's what the other one's working. No orange juice.
God damn, we're talking about some sad stuff on this album. I need to go back. She's watching someone else. Yeah, she is. Okay, so we got our eyes on someone who we know is bulimic. I'm worried about where this, like, please, okay.
Blow it on the reading carpet. That's what happens when you stuff it. Stuffing up your mouth with tissue.
Is this a thing? Like oranges? I guess if you binge oranges, it's probably gonna come back up, huh? I've had my fair share of unhealthy food relationships, self-image issues, and body dysmorphia. Everyone would be in a much better place up here if you could like see yourself the way that you view other people. You know what I mean? Because everyone's just their harshest critic. Production-wise, I am enjoying like the sound of this one, but the lyrics are just so sad that I'm like sitting here like just sad. You're your harshest critic. Now, I know we're not about to go to detention. What did we do? I mean, I guess we did like break a girl's nose in track 2. Track 10, Detention. This album is so atmospheric in its production. Like, I feel the room that it's putting me in every time.
Please don't be mad if I don't smell that gold right.
Real.
If I fuck on my words, don't think I'm absurd. You write me up and say it's love, and I can't believe it. Can you meet me tonight in detention? Let me crawl up into your mind. Did I
love that deep backing vocal in the second half of these lyrics.
is detention? The teachers don't care about me as long as I make money.
I'm sorry, the teachers feel like such a parallel to like the big heads of the music industry. You know what I mean?
They're the customer who shot me. I'm physically
This part, this melody is my favorite. I just don't know who we're singing to. Cause like we're just annoyed in the verses, but then The chorus is very like sexy. Oh, is that some synth? Real. Ooh. I love this breakdown here at the end. The whispering, like we're in detention. Pretending everything's all right is detention. I love that switch up too. She's just like, this album is so thematically about just being genuine, like desperately wanting to be genuine, and everyone around you just constantly pretending. The whole album is full of pretenders, and then Melanie is like at the core, desperately trying to like break through that mindset. Track 11, Teacher's Pet. Listen, I'm not a fan of the teachers of this school, so I'm especially scared of this track.
The teacher giving his eyes to a student, chewing on her nails and her pens while she's dreaming of him. If I pass this quiz, will you give me your babies? Don't call me crazy, don't know what you even made me.
Is that the same evil laugh? What song did I hear that in?
I knew this wouldn't last, but fuck you, don't you leave me.
Oh, I fear this is my favorite production so far.
If I'm so special, what am I secret?
Not the laugh.
You were her desire, that she wants to light you on fire. But fuck it, she'll still give you a call. You love me, but you won't come save me. You got a weapon, cause you see them daily. Don't know what you even made me. My secret. Yeah, why the fuck
I
is
just
that?
need a turn in the storyline for this one. Please don't repeat the same lyrics that we've already gotten for the rest of the song. I need something in the bridge, something new.
Didn't learn a damn thing, honey, from you.
Ooh, that
Except
guitar.
how to while inside the sheets. You don't own me, do you?
Thank
I bet
you.
you think you do.
Oh,
Teacher's pet.
thank you, bridge. It's still a sad song to hear, but at least she's out of the manipulation haze from the teacher by the end of the song. Thank God, because I don't know if I could have.
What am I secret?
Valid question. It's just like that's those power dynamic relationships, especially when it comes to like these stories you hear about like teachers and their students, is disgusting, and it's so sad. Listen, we all know it's just sad to see her getting sucked in by him and manipulated by this teacher and made to feel special. And like, thank God she comes out of it and is like asking questions like, oh, if I'm so special, why am I a secret? She comes to that realization, but it's just like sad how many dynamics don't end that way. There seems to be some like power put into this song, but like the situation itself is just so sad, and it makes me think so much of just all the people that have like gone through this, all the kids that have dealt with this situation. I don't know. The production though goes so hard. High School Sweethearts. This can't end well.
Can we just be honest?
That's what I'm saying. She's just searching for someone to be genuine like she is.
Can be my one and only
This is so different from any sound
love.
I've heard before. This is beautiful.
Damn it, if you fuck me over, I will rip your fucking face apart.
Oh, and we're picking it up. You know what? No, I would love for us to just have like this really low, calm, almost like there's a tension to it because it's so calm when she's talking about things pretty vulgarly. But I love that. I love when there's like a beautiful backing track, but then the contrast of the harsh vocals, not like the sound of them, but lyrically what's being said. I love that contrast in music. Oh. I'm surprised I haven't heard a chalkboard yet.
Step one, you must accept that I'm a little out my mind's tattoo. smother until you can't handle it no more. I will rip your fucking face apart.
And she means it when she says that.
High school sweetheart.
I love the way she's saying that. High school sweethearts.
You're not my type. Step 5, you can't be scared to show me off and hold my hand.
Valid.
Step 6, 7, this one goes to 11. If you cheat, you will die. If you can't handle
7 to 11. That's funny.
if you think you can be my one and only true love.
Imagine, are we gonna end the album with someone really stepping up and being there for her? No.
Be my first time. Eat me up like apple pie. Make me not wanna die. Love me rough
fuck.
and shut up if you're not my type.
Recess is our final track. I have no idea where the end of this album is going to take us. I'm going to venture out to guess that we're not gonna get a high school sweetheart. It's just a hunch. But the girl deserves one. Everybody's too fake around here for her anyways. Okay, track 13, Recess.
I was too young to see the truth.
God. The swing set.
To even care. Out the words she whispered while she brushed out my hair.
Oh, Grandma's about to drop something on us.
Wanna say, if you need a break, someone will take your plate. Tell you that you're fine with dollars in their eyes. Let them fuck you.
Yes, okay, Grandma.
Recess, I'm tired.
Valid. Oh. God, I love this production too. The second half of the album's production has been so good.
I should be happy, but I can't get out my bed.
Mood. Yep. I love this. It's a little doo-woppy, and I love a doo-wop.
Honey, where is my time? Gone in my mind. Gone, I can't find euphoria.
Back into the beat. Oh. This is like a sad song, but it's kind of sweet at the same time.
Recess, I'm tired.
You know what? I couldn't have asked for a better ending to this album, and I really wasn't expecting it to end like this with like it's sad because it's a song about obviously people are going to try to take advantage of you. Don't let it happen. And it's just sad that you have to think that way. But also it's just a nice reminder like that these things that people are saying are just selfish things to benefit themselves. Like this whole thing of if you take a break, someone's going to replace you, like that it's okay. You know what? This song feels like, because I mean that's what it ends with, the recess. I'm tired. Just say recess. I'm tired. Like it's okay to take a break, no matter what they're trying to convince you is going to happen if you do. And I feel like that is just something that a lot of people need to hear, me included. Like I need to hear that. I'm really bad at taking a break. I just took a break, a week and a half break over 4th of July and my birthday and everything, and I felt so scared. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that I'm going to go a week without posting anything. The world is not going to end though. It's okay. Everything is going to be okay. Wow, that ending actually really threw me off. That was a really nice ending. Maybe, okay, is the movie going to have a happy ending? I'm so curious about this movie. This album, I feel like there's definitely songs off of Cry Baby that I like more than this album, and then there's songs off of this album that I like more of Cry Baby. So it's not like, oh, I loved Cry Baby and this one isn't as much my vibe, or the other way around, where like, oh my God, I love this so much more than Cry Baby. I mean, maybe over time that's going to become more clear to me. I guess I'll try to put up my ranking now. This is how I'm feeling after a first listen. I don't actually think though that there's any songs in this ranking that like I'm not going to listen to at all going forward. Like I'm excited to revisit all of this. God help me with this movie that I'll be watching. That of course is going to be on Patreon. As far as YouTube, next I will see you is with the deluxe edition of K through 12 with like those 7 new songs. I'm very curious about. I was told that those songs don't have anything to do with Crybaby's storyline. They're just like bonus music from Melanie. So I'm happy to know that going into it. So I won't be trying to like connect dots with Crybaby. I was like connecting dots with Crybaby, the character, in the first half of this album, I feel. And then, I don't know, I kind of feel her presence a lot in this album. But with the Crybaby album, I guess in hindsight, it's just like so obviously character driven with Crybaby herself. And then I felt like this album, I was like seeing Melanie, the person, like the musician, pop through a lot more with her own personality rather than it just being about Crybaby the character. Let me know your thoughts on this album. What are your favorites? And I will see you guys next time with the deluxe tracks.